Thank you. Yes, thank you for joining me again for another haul. This is stuff that I got last week. This is various different charity shops in a sort of like towny area of Manchester, which is in walking distance because I don't want to use public transport. I'm feeling a bit narked because I've just got one of these. I've sat in waiting for this, so thrilled to bits, and I've had some text message saying that Hermes are going to come, so they normally come at about 9 PM at night, and as if anybody wants that. So this is the kind of haul we've got. Craziness, things that I probably shouldn't have picked up, but like these two, wonderful Build-A-Bears. This is, I might as well have shown you this because I think it was from the previous haul, but there's no money in these, so I've paid £3 for these, and I'm probably going to get £10 if I'm lucky. So just be careful what Build-A-Bear you pick up, even if it looks like special. These are the guys' bums. Yeah, so I'll put them over there. I just wanted to start with some bric-a-brac, and this is another thing that I've got from my local place, which had a load of sewing stuff in it and I'd forgotten about it. But this is I hate saying vintage because I remember when these were in the shops in the 1990s and they were filled with OXO cubes, and you got a free tin with it. I can probably get a £5 for that, and I paid 50p from the local charity shop. And also at the local charity shop I got this, which is fantastic. It's a set of Skittles with the Moomins on. So I've paid £2 for these. I've given it a good wash. There's 6 of them, as you can see, and they've all got the Moomins characters on them, and they have 2 balls for chucking up them, and they're spongy. These, you can still get this set new, and it's listed at about £25, so I'm going to put mine on for 20. It's quite a tight fit, so I'll have to stick them all in later. And then the other thing that I've got, which is bric-a-brac, is this slider armour. It's all in bits at the minute in here, so I can't really show you. These are the slides. They are consecutive, and I have sort of looked at them. So they're all sooty themed. But I've had this apart because I wanted to see what was going on inside it. And it had 3 batteries in it that were from the 70s, which were all corroded. The wrong size battery, because it has got the instructions inside the lid, and it says a U2 battery. So I've got to find Bono and the Edge and everybody else and put them in here. U2 is our size D. I've only got 2 of them. Actually, I can show you. Everybody has one of these, so it's these size. Not that that makes any sense. So you have the smaller C ones, which were the ones that were in it, and then it's one of them that should be with it, not one of them. But I've only got 2 at the moment, so I can't test it, and I need to give it a proper clean. And it's also got a little light bulb in it, which it's all corroded, the light bulb. It's a really little mini light bulb thing that I've got to put in it as a projector. But somebody's got one of these up at the moment for they've got £35 on it. I don't think they sell for that. I think it's more like 20 to 25, but I've paid 2 for that. and it is a bit battered, but I'll get that sorted, and that'll be a nice win. So that was in the place that's furthest for me to walk to. It's a good 5 mile trip for me, 5 kilometers I think. Oh, I don't know. I don't care because I just walk. I'm going to the same place tomorrow. So that was in the first place that I got to, the furthest away. And this is something from my previous haul, which I forgot to mention. Which I'm going to have to give this a bit of a clean, I think, but I can't resist a nice fur coat. I think the light's a bit off in here. It's Topshop, and it's only a size 10, but I should be able to get 25 for that. It's just a bit grubby on the cuffs, so that needs sorting. Put my card away. I wouldn't ordinarily be annoyed about having a card in the door, but since COVID, every time you go to the collection place at the time that it says it's closed, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. They don't put any advertised hours. They don't have staff. They go through phases where they've got enough and then they don't. So everybody's going to be very angry going into the Christmas rush. One of my quarantine boxes. These are already on the quarantine thing. So this is I don't have the prices on these, but I have it on my spreadsheet, and I've sort of looked at it, and there's nothing that I've really paid that much for. Much of the stuff that I picked up I got for 3 for a £5. I might have to refer to my spreadsheet. The first thing I've got is just a basic plum dress, purple even, and other stories. So it's an easy 20 to 25 on that. Yeah, like I said, I've paid £2. I'd never pay any more than like 4 or 5. I've got a whole host of stuff. This one was from RSPCA. I paid $3.99 for this. I was a lot more stuff that I wanted to get in RSPCA, but the cash card thing was working, so I had to pay with the cash I had. So I only had £10 on me. This is silk and it's Marc Jacobs and fairly oversized, large. Yeah, I get a lot of watches with Marc Jacobs, and then it doesn't lead to anything. So I'm hoping for 20 to 25 on that. I know. Hopefully somebody will decide that they want to pay that. This is also from RSPCA. I think I paid $4.99 for this. Yeah, it was $4.99. It's new with tags, mint velvet. It's not got anything on there, but it's got glitter and it's long sleeve, even though it is a bit sheer, but it's a nice little top, and that should be another easy £25. Okay, where am I with all this? I think I need to put these in piles of what I've actually paid for them. So I think I'm going to do that now, and then I'm not telling you a whole load of nonsense about how much money I've paid for them. Right, I've checked everything, and yeah, I wasn't lying, but it was £2.50 that I paid for the Under the Stories dress, so that's a good deal. Which surprised me because that was from Bernardo's, the one that I walk a long way to, and they've started pricing their stained ridiculous clothing really high now, and you know, you have to check really carefully. So you know, to get that for £2.50, maybe they don't know who they are. So the last thing that I got from RSPCA was this, which I've also paid $3.99 for. My goodness, how sheer does that look in this light? It looks ridiculous. Yeah. I'm by the window, obviously. I'm sort of got my ironing board out and photographing over there, which I haven't done it in the space that I did it the other video in. My goodness, I mean, that's sheer. This, I never know how to say this. The coat that I've listed has got interest in it, but I've put it up for £80. So I'm probably being a bit ridiculous by putting it at £80. I've got watches on it, so £3.99 I've paid for that, and hopefully somebody will want to show off their boobs. Hopefully. Maybe that's how flirting is going to take place. We're going to put a sheer top on and like flash the neighbours. That's how we're going to flirt from now on. Right, so these are Red Cross, the shop that's the highest of prices. This full price stuff. This is Dancing Leopard. I paid £5 for this, and it's a shirt dress. I nearly didn't pick it up, and then I thought, oh god, that's a bit crazy, because some of these things, if this is on their website, I'll be able to sell it for £30 to £35, if not then 25. But a shirt dress, and especially as it's long sleeve and it's still got the belt with it, I shouldn't have any problems selling that. It is small, but they're oversized. So yeah, I'll try for this 30 mark with that. But like I said, I've paid £5, which I know to some of you isn't much at all. Now, this top, this is the reason that I've quarantined this and not touched anything, because this top is a Pharrell Williams Adidas. And I did look it up, and I think they're selling okay. I probably won't go at 20 for it. But when I went to the till, she went like this and she folded it up really nicely, and then went achoo into it. You know, no mask. And this is after the legislation. I probably shouldn't be, you know, dissing them, but she used it. She like sneezed into the top, and I was like, oh, thanks. So I just like put it in my trolley, and then when I came here I just sort of like put it in that box, and it sat there for a week now before I've come near it, but I wasn't too impressed. I'll show you the tag. There's the Pharrell Williams collaborative one. It looks like it's not been worn, although it probably has been worn and they've just left the string on it. Yeah, I think I won't have any problem, I don't think, getting 20 for that, as long as I don't know it's been sneezed on. And then there's another cash only shop that I went to, which they still haven't changed the battery in the smoke detector there, so that's, you can walk around there and it's still going beep beep. They did have a few things that I was sort of like thinking, yeah, I might get them, but I didn't get them. I did get this jumper which has got the stars on it, which this pattern is quite popular. I've just sold a similar brand to this, the same brand as this actually. It's Phase 8. It's not got a label on it, but it has got the care label which says Phase 8. So I've just sold a similar slouchy jumper for £25 quite quickly. Yeah, within a week actually. So I paid £2.99 for this, and I expect to get the 25, yeah, maybe 30, no, 25, scratch that. And yeah, and then I found 2 shirts which are here, and so I was walking around with these 3 items, and then I've got a tie as well, which is over there, because I'm putting all the ties together because I want to have a tie session. That's a Paul Smith tie, and it's got dirt on it, because at the till I was like saying, can you knock something off for the tie? It is £1, it is £1. All right, but it's got dirt on it. You can get another one if you want. Well, I don't want another one, I want that one. But you know, so I paid £1 for it. and then I paid the $2.99 for that, and then one of these shirts was $3.99, and that's what I had. And she was like, do you want to try it on? Do you want to try it on? And I'm like, well, that's a men's shirt, so no, and that's an oversized jumper, so if it doesn't fit me, there's problems. And she was like really insistent that I should try it on, which is weird because when I walked into the shop, there was a woman trying stuff on, and she was yelling at her. She was like, because she was like going, have you got something on? Have you got underwear on? Have you got underwear on? And but she was like putting the pressure on me to try these things on, and then but she was yelling at this woman, and I was a bit like, what's going on? And then I walked up the ramp to the back bit, and this woman had these jeans on which didn't fit because she was like trying to pull them on, and then she took them off right in the middle of the shop. You know, you're not supposed to be trying anything on at the moment. So there's this woman stood there with trousers around her ankles and her knickers on, and I'm thinking, oh God, what have I walked into here? And then her husband turns up, you know, or her love interest or fuck buddy or whatever you want to call them, and he says, and she was like, oh, what do you think? What do you think? And he was like, well, they're okay, but you might be having one of your off days. So I didn't, you know, entertain this woman. That must be her thing. She must just want people to come and strip off in her shop. So yeah, jumper, talked about that. And then this shirt, I think, was the first one that I picked up. This is a brand which I don't know. So it's Palzilleri, made in Italy. And I looked it up when I was in the shop, and it came up with loads and loads of shirts that were similar to this at the 50 to £100 mark, and some of them were sold. But I think that's new condition. I think realistically we're looking at 25 to 30 for that. Yeah, I think you can go a bit nuts with things. I think if I go for the £35 mark, I'm likely to not get that. So I paid $3.99 for that, and then as I'd paid, I went to the pound rail and I found this, which is the same brand. So I went back to the till with this, and she started going nuts. She was like, ah, this is a mistake, this is a mistake, this is a mistake, this is a mistake. And I was just like, oh God. But she'd already shortchanged me, because I bought something from there previously, and it was a board game, and I paid £2 for it, and it's got half the pieces missing, and it was irritating. And this time I got a tie for £1, that jumper for $2.99, and the shirt for $3.99, and I gave her £10 and she gave me £2 back. There was no discussion about the 2 pence. The 2 pence was gone. Forget it. There's no 2 pence. And so then when I appeared with this shirt that I'd found on the pound rail, she was like having this meltdown. Ah, it is a mistake. It is a mistake. And I rarely find anything in there. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to make good money on these. But, you know, I'll bring you one. I'll bring you a battery in. You can put it in your smoke detector. Jeez. So I didn't take my clothes off, and I got a £1 shirt, which I should be able to get 30 for. So the rest of this stuff is all from one shop. The first shop that I went to, where I just filled the trolley like mad. I think there's a stain on that. Ay. This looks like a stain. I can't tell. The light's changing again. I just keep moving around because the light keeps changing. So it's 3 for £5 on all of these things. So everything costs £1.67/68, depending on how you carry your numbers. So these are going to be all winners. So I've got pegs on this because it's got stains on it. It's Banana Republic. It's got 52% silk. I knew there was something about it. That's why I picked it up. So it's got just some standard food stains on. But at least when I was putting it on my spreadsheet, I put the things on there so I know that I need to deal with that. So I'll put that to one side. I've got a peg on this one as well. This is Free People. So I rarely find Free People. And that's what the tag looks like. It looks like it's got more than one stain on it. It looks like a lot of stuff going on the collar. It just looks like a general tide mark. So it's, come on. It's a wraparound cardigan thing. Wraparound, no buttons. But it's got a belt with it, so it's not as annoying as some of these wraparound cardigans. And a big collar. And a screwed up label. It just says smooth wool. Not standard wool. Smooth wool. What is it, Stephen? It's smooth. Ugh. Just like me. Smooth. They're gonna fall now. Now that I've touched one of them, they're gonna fall. So I'll put that on the washing pile. Like I say, £1.67. You can't go wrong. I don't know how much Free People goes for. The Free People thing I ever found had a cigarette burn in it, so I've actually kept that for myself because it was quite a nice little dress, a little gothic number. Not that I've worn it. So this is a skirt. People wear these when they need to do skirting. It's phase 8. I think I was a bit in 2 minds, but I had to make up my numbers. So I think I've got like some random things which just looked quite okay, so I brought them. So I think it's wool, but it's not smooth. It's more viscose than it is wool, but it has got some wool. So if we hadn't gone back to the offices and then were sent out of the offices and then, you know, had to set our desk up in the middle of the road, we would be wearing smart skirts, but we're not. But so we'll see. Somebody might want it. This is a good find for £1 whatever, £1.68. These are just standard black trousers. No issues with them at all. Another brand that I rarely find, probably because of all the resellers in the area. I'm like 60 miles away from where you are. Joseph Rip. I think the prices of Joseph Rip are probably going down because the stuff I picked up I haven't been able to sell, and I thought I'd priced it quite reasonable, but then they were nice dresses and no one's wearing nice dresses anywhere, so I think they're pretty new. I don't know how much they'll go for, maybe 30. I don't know. I always check everything as I'm listing it. I check it. I don't like do the research because I'm one where I don't feel like doing things a number of times. This is a non-brand. It's called Pickles, but the print is very nice on this. But it is a summery dress with strappies. But I think you'll agree the print is very nice, and somebody will want that next year or next week. Pickles. Just a cotton dress. I think it's got the pockets. Yeah, no, just embroidery. So we'll see. But I think that one was making numbers up. This brand I've never found. So I was really pleased to find this and then get it for £1.68. So you can see it's just a sleeveless dress with people Ladies Dancing, I think that is, or I don't know, they're doing something, but it's Orla Kylie and is that People Tree? Did I say the other one was People Tree, or did I say because it was Free People? I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting confused. That's the back. I've looked this up. I think this is a 30 quidder. Rare design, but if not, it's a 25 quidder. It's easy, just wait for the buyer and your money's in the bag. What have we got here? What is it? Ah, it's Bowden. A Bowden cardigan, yes, not a jumper. Cardigan. It's quite chunky. Size 12. So that will be 25 quid, I assume. No bobbling either, so that's okay. Let's have a look, let's see what we've got. Let's do the menswear. This is quite nice. I ummed and ahed about this because some of these fleecy things, when they've been worn a lot, they look terrible. But some of the stuff that I picked up from TK Maxx from Ben Sherman did really well. And I thought that this had quite a nice style to it. It's got detail on the sleeve there, which is quite unusual. And then it's got those padded elbows. And then it's got quite a nice, what kind of neckline do you call that? I don't know. Funnel, I don't know. But then it's got the buttons on it as well. So it's a bit of a roll neck. And it's Ben Sherman. And a size small, but like I say, it is a bit bobbled. So it might only be 20 quid that I can get for that. As opposed to maybe the 30 region or 25. There's a fly just come in. I have no idea. They come in the vents. Very, very irritating. These will probably be something that sticks around until next year, you know, or when people are released and allowed to go on holiday. The design is like fly fishing, so it's like bait. So it's a bit weird. And they're Farah. So this is another one of these hit and miss brands. Some of the stuff flies out the door and some of it doesn't. I don't even know what the size is. It's 34, so yeah, that should be okay. 34's not bad. 36 and 38, they're even easier to sell. I'll probably put them on for 25 because not everybody's looking for shorts. And I want my money. I want my money. This is another Phase 8 and it's a very nice print. I think somebody who was into their prints just did all their donating. Phase 8. Got the belt with it. Yeah, I would think maybe I could get to 15 to 20 for that. Because it's just a really nice print. Yeah. What more is there to say? It's a cotton skirt. It's for the joy that is next spring. Next spring will be very, very joyous. This is white stuff with its paint-tinted curly label. Size 18 actually. It's normally size 10 when I find these. Big top with flowers on and pockets and buttons. Everything you wouldn't want, but somebody will. Yeah, 15 to 20. 15 realistically. I feel like this is manta ray and I've made a mistake here. Oh no, it's big size manta ray. I picked up some manta ray, but it was too small for anybody who's a fan of manta ray. But this doesn't look very size 18-y. But it is a nice print. And again, this is the 168 lot. So I should be able to get £20 for this. And the print is very cool. And it's got button detail and everything else that you would want. But I don't. This is the sort of thing I would wear. Nice little dress for summer. I don't know why they've got all their summer stock out at this Red Cross. But again, £1.67. At least I'm ready for next year when we can be joyous. So this is a 16 and is Joe Brown's. It's got nice elastication on it. So a definite winner. And sort of like patchwork pattern. But great for festivals. Oh, we'll be at the festivals next year. It's going to be an absolute free-for-all. And this is the last thing that I seem to have. Although I'm sure I've got more bits. I think I've washed a load of the stuff already because it was the darker stuff. And that stuff that needs washing is the lighter stuff and it's wool, so it needs to go separate. But I think I've washed a number of the things that I had. So this is just a basic top and it's by Cars. Size small, yeah, so oversized. It's bigger than that top that said it was a size 18. There's just no consistency, is there? There we are. So yeah, that's what I got last week. And it is all bread and butter stuff, but it is keeping me going. And yeah, it's going okay. And it's keeping me out of the office with the other hurers. Yeah, so thank you for watching. If you feel like subscribing, that would be grand. So goodbye from me and goodbye from the squad. Okay, thanks for watching and I'll be back with more of the same thing if that's what you want. If you want something else, you know, let me know. Obscenities will probably be ignored. Thanks for watching.